roads twisting hard where the shadows lie. Grip the handle, feel the engines roar. Freedom ain't a dream, it's the open door. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold. Night's a beast, it devours the weak. Steel and fire, the language I speak. Dust in my lungs, wind in my face. Speed's my temple, this road's my grace. Ride the storm, feel the thunder break. Cut the change and let the earth quake. Born to run, born to never fold. Heart of fire, soul of untamed gold.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to coverage of the NASRA 360 Racing Network. And this is the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. We are set for round number 5 of the season. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Welcome to our coverage, along with Beagle Dean Hopton, the fan of endurance racing. I'm Wesley Outland, and we are here tonight at Mid-Ohio. 5 rounds. The question is, Dean Hopton, can anybody stop MDW on trying to go for a handful of wins tonight here in the Buckeye State, a virtual Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course? Good evening, my friend.
Yeah, good evening. That will be the question, I believe, on everybody's minds. And if MDW does another flawless race, it will be very, very difficult. We're going to get ready to go over the grid there now, my friend, as they're going to get ready to go cracking.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the field is rolling. We got 2 hours coming up here at Mid-Ohio. Dean, I'm not going to lie to you, buddy. I cannot see your screen. It is very blurry, brother.
Oh. Right, okay. Well, at the moment, they're just on the front row. We have currently at the moment there with Isaac Bevan and Shane Scott. You could probably read it on the SDK button, my friend. Over to Jake Austin Barwick and Devin Painter alongside with him. We have Tyler Justice and Dalton Shearer lining up there on row 3. Moving over to row 4. We go over to the likes of Joey Helton there and Dustin Gordon. Further back from him, Tyler Brokaw with Adam Newton there and Tyler Brokaw. We'll go over to the row 6 there. That's JD Lawson and Colton Gordon. Row 7 there, MDW will be starting back there with Luke Smith next to him. And I believe that we go over to Joshua Suss.
There you go. I'm finally able to see the lineup as it's cleared. At a snail's pace, the field is now beginning to roll as we will get ready to come to the green flag. Ladies and gentlemen, we're racing. 2 hours on the clock, and the Prosper Engineering Endurance race at Mid-Ohio is green.
It's all about those.
Matthew David Wood, 4-time winner this year, starting 8th, and he's already climbed a spot to 7th right now in the early going.
That's right, Wes. He usually gets a lot of his overtakes done pretty early on this one. This is what these other drivers should be aware of. Once again, it's another strong class of the BMWs here this evening with the Corvettes running of Joshua Suss, Luke Smith there, and Colton Gordon. But we've got there the Jake in the Mercedes as well too. The Ferrari there of Dustin Gordon and JD Larson in the Mustang, my friend.
By the way, we'll let everybody know that this race was ran on Tuesday night. However, we had other things going on. I had baseball broadcast obligations. I was going to do the race. I was prepared. But Dean had a family obligation pop up at the last moment. And obviously, Thanks to the folks at NASRA for being able to hit that record button. And we want to send a big thank you to Huck Wigington and everybody behind Concerns of Police Survivors. They're sponsoring the 2 hours of Mid-Ohio right now in the early going, getting ready to complete lap number 1. It is Bevan in the front. This is how fast you turn a lap here at Mid-Ohio. I've been to this track. I love this track. It's an awesome road course here, Dean.
Yeah, at the moment. Oh, that's great. You have Jake's just blinking a little bit in and out there. That's why you saw it just appear off there for a second. So I hope his internet connection during this race did kind of stabilize itself out there. As he's on the back there of Devin Painter, who's on the back there of Shane Scott, who's on the back there of Isaac Bevan, who just went the fastest lap on 1 minute 30, which is probably good for him to try to get himself a nice distance there for MDW. He's up 7 places in P6. Of course, MDW's got a bit of traffic to navigate first before he starts putting his banker laps in.
Right now, watching these drivers working their way back around the course with Bevan in front. Isaac Bevan, BMW. Shane Scott, Devin Painter, 1, 2, and 3, split with a 4th place driver. Now in a... I believe that's Jake Patrick Barwick. He's in an Acura, I believe it is. And then we got a Mercedes-Benz with Tyler Justice.
Oh, that's bold and brave going up there, MDW. You got to make sure you have a lot of faith there with Tyler Justice and come across your nose. Shane Scott replaces the fastest lap, but then MDW replaces with the fastest lap on that one in traffic too. So I'll be amazed to see what sort of times he's going to pull out when he does that one. There's off track there from Colton Gordon as well too, further back. So he's managed to get it back going. So far, so good. That's the only incident we really had early on this race, which is quite good there, you'd have to say there. Wesley, because of the fact that, these drivers are aware it's an endurance race, so, you can't win it on the first lap.
2-hour time limit. It already, 3.5 minutes have already gone by here at this Mid-Ohio sports car course.
Listen to that Corvette purr, mate.
What a fun place, a fun track here. Obviously, this facility located in Lexington, Ohio in the Buckeye State. 13 turns, 2.258 mile pro course, and a 15 turn, 2.4 mile layout. Now, I believe we're running on the pro course. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
The 15. Okay. So, are they on 13 turns or 15 turns?
I believe it might be 15, but don't quote me on that one. We got a challenge for the lead here too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They are on the 15-turn course. Okay, so this is the facility that is 15 turns, 2.4 mile layout. Obviously, this is a fun track with natural terrain road racing, offering 2 primary high-speed technical configurations. And this is a very fun course. We'll take a lap with it here in a moment. That's obviously elevation change, 41 meters, 135 feet of vertical gain. One part of the racetrack going to turn 1. There's the keyhole, the famous keyhole, a high turnover, tight turn, corner following along back straight. That's, of course, they call it the keyhole because it looks like literally trying to put a key in the knob, right? And then, of course, turn 1 is a high-speed blind 100-mile-an-hour corner. Madness is a technical series of S's. They don't call it the S's. They call it Madness. And then there's the carousel, that long, near 360-degree corner that they come up on right before heading back down to the keyhole and to start-finish.
There you go, Wesley. Have a look at that nice little battle pack at the moment. You've got the top 6 drivers all separated there, essentially within 10 seconds of this race leader at the moment. Shane Scott got past Isaac Bevan to take the lead. Then you got a 7-second gap down to Dalton Shearer. And then he's got a bit of a gap down to Dustin Gordon. And then you've got some of the other drivers starting to spread out, as you can see on the track map at the moment there, Wesley.
You better strap in, my friend. We are just getting started, and it is going to be a good one. As if you're listening also on the Community Radio Network, we will pause for just a moment And obviously, get ready to bring it back to you. We're in the early going of 2 hours. C.O.P.S 2 hours at Mid-Ohio right now. Shane Scott in the lead.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
And we welcome you back to our coverage, whether you're watching live on the NASRA 360 Racing Network or you're listening on CRN live on your radio dial in North Carolina, in the Smithfield, Clayton, Selma area. Wesley Outland with you and Dean Hopton. It is round number 5 of the Prosper Engineering NASRA Endurance Series, and it's the C.O.P.S 2 hours of Mid-Ohio. And right now, the man up in front is Shane Scott. Great Scott, could this be the night for him? He leads the way up one position from second to the lead. Bevan, Painter, couple of BMWs in the podium 3 right now, Dean.
That's absolutely right. Doing a solid job at the front there, because he's the one that's going to be testing all the braking points and stuff like that, whereas the other drivers that are following him can kind of use that car as a guide. MBW putting a bit of pressure there. He's not slicing and dicing through the field as what he has done in the past. A little bit difficult to overtake around here. Tyler Justice, believe it or not, here, running a P6 with the Mercedes, just set the fastest lap. It's down to a 23.1 at the moment. He's going to sit back and watch that MDW show. He's up 8 places there. Now on the battle there of Jake behind him, who's on the battle of Devon Painter. So this is once again a great squabble up the front here. Wesley, 8 minutes into this one. We probably expect those pit stops once again to probably come around the half an hour mark. Probably 4 to 3 pit stops in this race based on the previous races we had this season.
Yeah, I mean, this is a racetrack, honestly, where, and we've really hyped it up for the last couple of weeks leading up to this event, if you will. Dean, that Mid-Ohio could be a turning point for a lot of drivers, right? There could be good luck for some, bad luck for others, and for some that are already in the deep hole, it could get worse. And then, of course, drivers that are doing great could possibly struggle. Here's MDW. Look at this man right now in 5th. I don't know if it's strategy that he's hanging back like he is and he's not rocketing to the front like he normally does, or maybe it's struggle, right, Dean? Maybe this is the Achilles heel, the keyhole, if you will, for the driver of West Virginia's MDW. Right now, Matthew David Wood sitting with 4 wins on the year, and he currently is in the 5th position, as right now Shane Scott is walking the dog, if you will, here right now over the BMW drivers as they go back to complete lap number 7.
Yeah, Great Scott's doing a solid job there. Isaac Bevan, all these drivers here, especially to remain, including MDW is going to put some more pressure there on Jake Austin, but to remain, including Tyler Justice, within basically a just chunk change here from the lead of the race, considering this is an endurance race. And here we go, MDW. Not quite there just yet. Jake holding the racing line. It's going to force MDW to go around the outside way. That could be job done if you can hold the exit. Go ahead.
Yep. Shane Scott chiming in. He's watching the watch party of their delayed broadcast from Tuesday. Please don't say anything in the chat of what happened.
We don't know.
And Dean are clueless. So I know you want to say the race was very fun, and that's fine. You're not really giving all the details. But do not embellish anything that we're calling, because I can promise you we don't know who won. I haven't looked at anything from results, and I know Dean hasn't either. We want to call this race as natural as we can, like what I used to do back in the day whenever I used to do a Lucas Oil or a Vor's Compact Touring Series or a USAC broadcast from MAV TV back in the day when I done TV voiceover work. I don't want to know what happened. All I want to have is rosters, information, stats, and let the race fall as it may in real time here at Mid-Ohio. Right now, Shane Scott but Isaac Bevan looking for the lead on Scott as he's down on the inside.
A little bit of an error that Shane Scott had made out of the corner, and it just cost him the traction to get the pedal down there. But who is thankfully at that one, he did survive it there from Isaac Bevan. Bevan's definitely applying a lot of pressure at the moment, and I think they need to be aware too. You still got Devin Painter who's slowly catching into him as well too, but more concern, of course, is that MDW machine, that number 21. It's coming thick and fast, and I think these drivers are going to be aware. They're not only just going to have to hold off. Shane's not just going to have to hold off Isaac Bevan and Devin Painter, but he's going to have MDW in the mirrors too soon. So fantastic racing. A lot of pressure for these drivers, but that's what it's all about, my friend. It's motor racing.
All the while, it is now Shane Scott in the number 1 position. Isaac Bevan, Devin Painter, and now finally MDW. Matthew David Good gets around. Jake Austin Barwick, and yeah, you got 4 BMWs, by the way, Dean, right now in the top 5. Phenomenal.
Yeah, they're the car of choice that we've noticed that this season, that these drivers like to have for the GD3s. Seems to be the one. Oh, there's a little snap of an oversteer moment there from Isaac Bevan. But it seems to be the most stable, I think, pretty much entry kind of car. Well, the car that a lot of drivers like to use, the one that's probably well balanced. Each of their cars do have their slight little advantages and disadvantages as well too. And I think just once again in this series, majority of drivers, as you can see on the timing tower, just prefer this BMW over the other manufacturers. Luke Spiff's coming to pit lane. I think he had an off-track moment there, Wesley. And that's unfortunate as to what happened. It's going to be very difficult to look at some of these replays, of course, because we're actually working from a replay file, so we can't just look at the replays and go back live. It doesn't quite work that easily.
Gotta love this racetrack, obviously, here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. In case you didn't know, it's a road course auto racing facility located in Troy Township, Morrow County, Ohio, just outside of Lexington. And it hosts a number of racing series throughout the season, including the NTT IndyCar Series and Firestone Indy next, the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championships, SCCA Off-Road, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the National Auto Sport Association, NASA. Yes, there is a NASA motorsports program as well, like NASA for space aeronautics, but it's an awesome facility, seating 12,000 fans on the main front straightaway, 3 observation mound decks where people can watch races as MDW's in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And at one time, this facility can host over 75,000 people around the track as MDW and the 99 get together. Look at this. Hang on to your Skechers, boys. That's Devin Painter.
This could bring some of those other drivers into play, but you can see that at the moment. It looks like MDW got into him, so he's readdressed it there. He's lifted off and he's given the position back to Devin Painter. That's like a little, sorry, my bad moment.
It's my fault. It's my fault. I'll let you have your spot back.
Yep, that's good sportsmanship when they do that, Wesley. Yep, that's what you should do.
It really is.
If you can readdress it, obviously, and readdress it, thankfully, without having to lose too many places as well, too. So they're quite lucky that they got away with that. Doesn't look like much damage.
Do we have anybody that's working their way to start-finish? Let's ride on board with Shane Scott. Shane Scott is about halfway down. Well, let's wait till we get him off of turn 15 and back to start-finish. We're going to go a lap. We're going to go a lap with the Scott's Detail and number 1 P1 driver of Shane Scott right now leading. But right now he's holding off a battle of Isaac Bevan. Bevan is hot on his heels. What a battle we're seeing here right now, as we're going to go a lap and give you a great description of this racetrack that is the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Again, this is the 15-turn track, 2.250 kilometers, as the leader is working his way to start-finish. All right, let's go on board. Coming in turn number 1, ladies and gentlemen, exiting the carousel. There goes the flag stand, the Honda starter stand. There's, of course, that hill climb into turn number 1. It's a left-hand turn. Left-hand turn, and then you're going to go down a straightaway. Heading your way into that corner will lead to turn number 2, but it's called the keyhole. And look at this now, trying to figure out how to get around the keyhole right here, right about now, baby. There's the keyhole. That's turn number 2 to turn number 3. That's that part of the racetrack that leads to the back straightaway. Actually, the backstretch is also the rolling start line. Like you saw earlier, that's where they take off. They work their way down the backstretch into turn number 4. Turn number 4 will lead to what is known as the S's. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, they call them Madness. That's Madness into turn 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. The S's, the Madness, the Mayhem, the Chaos right there. Through the S's to turn number 8 and 9. This will lead you to another technical part of the course, Dean, that is known in a right-hander as Thunder Alley. Thunder Alley will then go as a sharp turn to turn 10, 11, 12, back to the carousel, back to the start-finish line. That's a lap around Mid-Ohio. There you go, Dean.
Good work. Good work there. And you've been to this track a couple of times. MDW gets the fastest lap.
Yes, I love this place. I've done some NASCAR trucks ARCA broadcasts here before as well. Back in the day when ARCA ran, I also did a couple of SCCA Trans Am events back in the day also. So this is just a fun place, man. And I didn't work the event, but I also did attend an NTT IndyCar Series event here at Mid-Ohio when I was announcing during the weekend at Eldora and at Zanesville at Wayne County Speedway in Orrville, Ohio. Or Zanesville, Ohio. What a fun racetrack it is, man. If you are a fan of road racing or just racing in general, put it on your bucket list to go to Mid-Ohio. And remember, me and Joshua, when we were kind of working on the schedule, Dean, there were a couple of tracks that I threw at him, and one of them was this course right here.
Nice.
So I'm glad that he took my advice and he did it.
Yeah. I'm glad that they put the Indianapolis combined. Sorry, the Monza combined. That's coming up next week, actually. Not next race. So that's the one I'm looking forward to. That's
Monza.
Yeah. But the banking elevation on that thing is just crazy, especially when you jump onto it. You'd be surprised that these cars can somehow hug the track, mate. It just... Yeah, you'll be in for it there, Wesley. You'll enjoy it. It's certainly fun.
Yeah, but by the way, speaking of the schedule, round 5 tonight. I can't believe we're at round number 6 of 18 on the season. Coming up next week, we'll throw the schedule up there to you real fast, as there it is. And it is something I'm looking forward to. We are going to Monza. And I promise you, that's one that's on my bucket list right there for March 31st, Dean.
Yep, that. And to
Bring
me,
it on, brother.
Spa, and Red Bull rings fast and furious. That's good. You can get cars too wide throughout that whole track, really. So it's good to see some real good racing there. And of course, Long
Yes,
Beach.
sir.
I mean, you didn't go to Long Beach until we had a Long Beach race, didn't we? Earlier this month there, Wesley. So you know how challenging.
I did. I went to Long Beach. I did an iRacing broadcast at Long Beach about during the COVID years. I want to say it was 2020, 2021, and I did a Northwest Truck and Cup broadcast with those at Long Beach. But it was really fun. I love that track, the streets of Long Beach, California. I'm looking forward to seeing what these cars do here when they race on the schedule for the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series as well.
Yeah, it's a tough track, of course, because those walls come out and bite you if you make a mistake. And a lot of drivers will, no doubt, in an endurance race, have a little tank slapper into the fence every once in a while, so into the walls. So, that's going to be the biggest challenge, of course. Doing that in sprint racing's one thing, but doing it in an endurance race, it just takes it out of you. It's the same thing as Bathurst as well, too, mate. Like, Bathurst is just so mentally challenging to do that for a couple of hours, if not even more. Sometimes they do Bathurst 12 hours and stuff like that, but they split it up in teammates. Yeah, it's grueling. It's mentally exhausting. As Jake's up to P2 currently at the moment, up 2 positions there for the 22.
I'm loving it, man. What a run for Shane Scott right now, leading the way. Shane Scott in position number 1. Dean, we're just not seeing. We're not seeing MDW climb like he normally does, right? He's up 9 spots. He's in 4th, but he's not caught up to the leaders, by the way, as we're working 15 laps and 21 minutes in this race. Sim time is 1 hour and 40 minutes remaining now.
Yeah, we could be close to getting to that first round of pit stops as well, too, I would imagine. Saying that Jake's an Aussie out there too. Oh,
Jake's
good
an
on
Aussie. So
Aussie.
Jake
Oi.
Austin Barwick is an Aussie. There you go. Oh, the rumble of those cars, man. How cool is that? Just the taking it all in here.
Maybe MDW's just biding his time, through the field there. Or maybe he could be struggling. Luke Smith's gone back into pit road again. I wonder if he's trying to fix something.
Oh, we got pit stops.
Well, that could be the first round of pit stops. That's as per scheduled there, Wesley, yes. We'll be close to it.
And lap number 14, actually, Luke Smith onto the pit lane. He's already a lap down. Adam Newton behind the wall, a lap down as well. And Colton Gordon, I think, now being shown a lap down. So 12 cars in the lead lap right now.
Oh, this is going to be difficult to navigate through some of this traffic, as you can see. There it is. As you're right, scooting past there, that's Colton Gordon. Currently at the moment, they just got past there in the red machine. MDW will be looking to navigate past him very soon. Doesn't want to be hindered up too much. We'll get the exit speed down there and make his way past through. So already that lap traffic going to come into play. It's going to be interesting. But when are the rest of these drivers going to start coming in? Scott has been
I'm loving it right now.
solidly,
I'm happy for Shane Scott, man. What a run for him in the Scott's detailing entry.
Yeah, he was second in the championship, I believe, as well, too, right? Going into tonight, I believe, from last week. I'll just double confirm that I want to make sure that I throw up the right point standings graphics and not the results after this race has already been, because that'll spoil some of the points as we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Kay Sully chiming in, and he says, I introduced Jake into the league. Him, Mom, and Spanners hopefully will all be in the league. There you go. Okay. Bring them all in. And I'll tell you what, Dean, how about the success we had with Joshua Suss and everybody with the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series and the 6 hours of Le Mans on a Saturday night back in March, man. I really enjoyed it. I know Jacob Reeves did. We all had fun. Now, actually, I'm sorry. Jacob played hooky on us.
Yeah.
Ron Mons actually called the race with me and you. And the longest broadcast in NASRA history was held back on a Saturday night in March. I urge you to check out the archives. You don't have anything doing with your life and you have a day off and just a R&R day. Binge watch that 6 hours of Le Mans. I think, Dean, we kept it pretty damn entertaining for a 7-hour broadcast on the air, for sure.
Absolutely. It's always fun, my friend. Have endurance races, quite long ones. They had multiple drivers as well, too, switching over, so you didn't have to necessarily have one driver just do the whole damn thing. It's quite a lot to sit in your racing cockpit for that period of time. We've had
I'm understanding from Joshua Suss that he has not updated anything yet.
Oh, perfect.
As far as results and points and everything else. So he was waiting till the broadcast to be done. If you're watching on this Thursday night after 10:30 Eastern time, welcome to the NASRA 360 Racing Network. If you're new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. There's the point standings leading up to today's event, or Tuesday's event at Mid-Ohio. This is a delayed broadcast. We do not know anything of what went on Tuesday, and we wanted to keep it that way. So please don't unveil anything in the chat box. If you want to comment on things, obviously we encourage you. But we don't want to know about anything, win, loss, whatever, coming from Tuesday night, because me and Dean want to call this as natural as we can, as right now we are closing in on 26 minutes of sim time in hour number 1, lap number 20. And I got a feeling, Dean, as you show the point standings with MDW holding on to, a 14-point lead, I think
it was
80 to 66 there. That we're going to see pit stops here in a minute. There, MDW and Shane Scott. Now, if Shane wins this race, This is an attaboy for Shane. He puts this his way, climbing the MDW Forza Championship. But there's still a long way to go, man. There's still, 13 rounds of racing left in the season.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be one of those. Remember, the point systems are so close there, Wesley. You can't afford to really have a DNF at all. Or you can't afford to have a very bad race. Or you can afford to probably have a bad race at the back, but you can't afford to have a complete DNF and not just get any points whatsoever. That's going to be a little bit more difficult for these drivers in this grueling long season. So, Jake Austin there, to the Aussie. If he's blinking out a couple of times, I hope his Aussie internet manages to hold up. That's going to be a little difficult there for Isaac Bevan, who's chasing him down at the moment, to want to necessarily get side by side. But those connection issues do continue to cause a little bit of a problem. There is traffic that they're getting past at the moment. That's, I believe, just looking at who that is. That's where you just want to be engaging a car in the corners is always a difficult thing when you're trying to look to get past lap cars. But that's the situation you have to deal with. You've got to find your way around that, and they don't necessarily have to just move out of the way. But that's Joshua Suss. Yes, it is.
Yeah, what a job, man. I'm loving it. Look at this. Good
He
run.
said that apparently the paint scheme's not showing correctly or something like that. So sorry about that there, Joshua. I don't know why. But he's always...
Can we
interesting.
update Trading Paints? Is there a way we can update Trading Paints
I
by
could.
any chance?
For a second, just see if it will fix up.
Well, there you go. Asking you shall receive. Let's update a little TP. And I don't mean toilet paper.
Yeah, I just got to shut it down and open it up again because it always has that problem, Wes. If you minimize it, you just can't pull it up again.
So you
All
have
right.
to shut it down and everything?
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that?
because it goes half funny on me and I can't actually click on any buttons. With
Well,
it.
let's take a commercial break. Let's do that because we are in the half hour of the race completed so far. Normally we take a break every 30 minutes. So we're going to step away. We're going to make some changes with some TP. Don't drop the Charmin, everybody. No, I mean Trading Paints. We're taking a break, everyone. We're back in a moment with more great endurance racing from Mid-Ohio. Cops 2 hours from Mid-Ohio when we return.
Iracing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Oh, we come back at the right time thanks to Premier Racing Setups and the Cops 2 hours of Mid-Ohio. It's getting excited now. Here comes MDW, Dean.
Yeah, it looks like they get it past on Isaac Bevan. He's dropped back a couple of places now. Just wonder if he's struggling with that car or he's maybe looking to do a bit of fuel saving or something potentially at this point. It's not the only one under attack now because Jake is starting to put some serious pressure on our race leader. That lead that Shane Scott had has now been neglected to under a second between the top two.
Battle for P2, as we mentioned, and right now Wood could not clear by the Aussie of Jake Barwick. Thanks for joining us as we're back after TV timeout. Dean Hopton, the of course, Biggles, the awesome producer. As the one car says slow, but by God Almighty, not denied at Mid-Ohio, Dean. He is the leader, but Austin Barwick is right there after him again as they work off the keyhole to the backstretch again.
Comes the thunder from down under, my friend. Bringing it up here in the States. Bringing it to the American drivers there as well. You'd be wondering if these drivers are looking at coming in soon. If you think about that 30-minute marker, we'd expect that a lot of these drivers will be coming in, but they're happy to sit there and battle it out on track. Just wondering if anybody's going to be thinking about trying that undercut. Get in that pit lane, get out there in some open air, put in some absolute banker laps, and then see how everybody else pans out around you when they take their pit stops. course, the drivers out there in the chat would know when they take their pit stops, wouldn't they? But we don't.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
MDW's catching this pretty quickly as well, too. So if I was in Jake's shoes, we're looking at maybe getting an overtake done pretty quickly on Shane Scott if you can. Otherwise, you're going to be looking more in your mirrors at MDW. Coming thick and fast.
Look at this now. MDW now working inside. This is the battle for the lead and for second. As the man of Austin Barwick now under attack by MDW. Trying to reel him in as they work again down the... I just mentioned that a moment ago. They're already in the keyhole heading to the Madness S's here. And that's just amazing. Team, that's how fast they turn a lap here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can see lap 23 laps done already. You can see at the moment how MDW takes a different racing line approach to some of these corners here. Completely. I don't know if he's just doing that to actually try to gain an advantage here. Pats on the drivers if he likes to drive that style, or if he's actually just trying to force Jake into going off his racing line. Mirror driving, really. If you force a driver into mirror drive, you can force them into mistakes. Just depends on that situation. Well, maybe we don't know if MDW, remember they said that, we said that at the start of the season, if he starts dominating, they might start chucking a whole bunch of coal in his trunk or something like that, or lead. Slow him down a little bit. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Shane Scott has to navigate this traffic as quickly as possible. He doesn't want to cost any time.
Got to find a way to just negotiate, if you will, as right now here comes the one of Shane Scott. Lap traffic as a pickup ahead. Look in their chops is Austin Barwick and MDW. Ready to pounce on them at about a second and 2/10 back is Isaac Bevan trying to find the clear. That car right there is now lap traffic high side, driver right. Here comes Scott. Here comes Austin Barwick and MDW. There's a 3-car battle. Throw a blanket over him. I can't believe I'm saying that in a road course, but that's exactly what they're doing here.
Oh, and you get some great road racing. Wesley, trust me, it's fantastic. Especially in these short tracks as well, too, but they don't have that many really long straights for everybody to just kind of get away. And you bunch them back up again, some tight corners, some slow corners, and that's what it's at. Good. It was very worked, though. I thought Shane Scott might have cleared that traffic just before the others did, but they managed to also sneak there, so it didn't hinder him too much at all. And once again, that three-way fight still continuing. Isaac Bevan that dropped off his pit stops for Jake, so he's jumping first before the others. We'll see how that undercut will pay off. You want to get your box perfectly. You don't want to make any mistakes here, especially when you probably the rest of the drivers after they pit there, Wesley, they're going to be coming back around. Practically, you'd have to say, give or take, around exactly the same. So this could be the difference whether you jump a couple of cars here or not.
You're exactly right. Keep an eye on it right now as we continue to see all of this transpire now. Closing in on lap number 25 and 34 minutes now in sim time here. There's an hour and 25 minutes remaining. Actually, if you want to be honest, it's an hour, 25 minutes, and 45 seconds now on the clock as the countdown's on. We're seeing the countdown clock. You're seeing the clock go up. Remember, when they approach the clock expiring, there will be the white flag the next lap wherever the leader is on course. He comes back around, they'll take the white flag.
What we'll have to do is definitely keep an eye on the laps soon that Jake does once he gets once he's finished up with his out lap and he gets a flying lap back in there. We'll have to see what sort of times he does compared to what these two battling at the front are. They're in the 23 clubs, exactly right. As well as Isaac Bevan. So 23-6, or 23 there, 9 and 23-7, 22-7 for Shane Scott. They've actually picked up the speed a little bit. That's actually not too far off their actual fastest laps at the moment. That also indicates to me there, Wesley, that they're running on fumes, the gas tank. Jake Austin now come back out there in P6, Wesley, but he's got clean air. He's managed to clear Shearer and Joey. That was going to be very important for him. He didn't want to be hindered up too much because, once again, he's now got to just put in fast laps after fast laps after fast laps and hope, of course, when these two make their pit stops, he'll come out in front.
Yeah, and look at this now as the battle between first and second for the championship. Flip-flop them on the track at 1 and 2. Shane Scott and MDW right now going at it. The only thing we're missing compared to a regular live Tuesday night broadcast is the onboard cameras, seeing the drivers' faces and reactions. I hear the siren going off. I'll let you know some drivers are coming down pit road.
Isaac Bevan.
He's in 15th right now, and Isaac Bevan commits to the pit lane, giving up third. He pits on lap 26 here.
Yeah, I would imagine he's going to come out behind Jake Austin, who actually looks like Jake Austin's done something wrong there at the moment. So he's actually dropped out behind Dalton Shearer and Joey Helton. So he came out, he was ahead of them before. Now he's back behind them. That's going to hinder him for sure, my friend. So that's going to be very interesting how that's going to pan itself out. These two are going to happy to do their 1 minute 23 laps at the moment. So they're starting to slow down a little bit from the previous 1 minute 22s that they did. And Isaac Bevan in the pit lane right now. He's still in there. Remember, it costs you quite a bit of time down here in pit lane, my friend. You're up to about 23 seconds stationary it was for Bevan. And an overall 45 seconds to come up and down your pit road and your entry and exit. So there you have it. Isaac Bevan does come out in P5, and he's cleared Joey Helton and Dalton Shearer. So I think Jake's had an off-track moment that we probably didn't quite see. And that's dropped him a couple of places. And now including a net P2, essentially, when these drivers take a pit stop. Oh! That's a mistake from Shane Scott. That's going to run him off, put MDW in the lead. He's actually slowing down to go into pit lane.
Wow.
Probably cost him a little bit of time there. We're going to be cautious. You don't want to be caught speeding in pit lane or spin in the pit lane. So how much time is it going to cost him? MDW will go to the lead of the race there. Isaac Bevan gets past. Joey Helton's actually fighting back on this one between these two drivers. Very impressive as well. I guess, come to think of it, remember that Joey hasn't pitted yet. Isaac Bevan, neither has Dalton Shearer, but maybe because these other drivers like Joey Helton and Dalton Shearer are a lot lighter on fuel load. Remember that Isaac Bevan just went in and chucked a whole bunch of gasoline in the car, so it's going to be heavy.
Yeah, very true.
So it'll be under a bit of pressure for a while there until he's going to be hoping that these other drivers will be pitting very soon, but he did clear them. Dalton Shearer is pitting. There it is. Tyler Justice is pitting. Devin Payne up. So that will release Jake Austin up to clear air, and that's what he needs to get his banker laps in there.
I figured, Dean, we'd probably see them come down pit road around this time. I mean, honestly, you've made almost 30 laps on a stretch of fuel and tires. So I figured we were getting around that for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely right. Well, MDW's done pretty good, isn't it? 38 minutes so far. Still going. He's not the only one. Joey Helton's still going without a pit stop. MDW's in now. It's going to be a little frustrating for Isaac Bevan, isn't it? Because he doesn't really want to be fighting with Joey Helton because he knows that Joey Helton should be appealing in the pit lane probably on this lap or the next.
Yeah, very true.
Shane Scott did come out in clean air in P2, so he's going to be happy with that. It's going to be interesting to see how that fight's going to continue as MDW is up on the jacks there, changing some tires, putting some gasoline in it. Where's Shane Scott on the track map? Great Scott is currently, I'm just trying to have a look, he's got still a bit to go, but we'll see how that pans out. MDW's been in there for about 24 seconds. He should be ready to leave now, back off the jacks. Where is Shane Scott in comparison to him? Shane Scott's coming around the final couple of corners. I think MDW should be able to pull out in front on a bit of a margin. I think that Shane Scott, a little bit of mistaken in the pit road, definitely cost him almost. It's looking about 6 seconds now to MDW.
Yeah, what a solid run right now for those guys. It's, right now, Matthew David Wood now leading this thing. He's up 12 spots up to the front. Here we go. Deja vu all over again. Taking advantage of pitting at lap 28, and now he is the driver that's in the top spot. Shane Scott pitted at lap 27. He's in second, but he's 4 seconds back right now to MDW as we are approaching 40 minutes completed in a 2-hour race in the C.O.P.S. Concerns of Police Survivors, 2 hours of Mid-Ohio. We're at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, and this race has actually been pretty flawless, Dean. Not a lot of wrecks, not a lot of crazy driving, great precision by everybody that's... great precision by everybody right now that's been patient on the racetrack, and obviously it's good to see that because nobody's getting cars tore up, if you will, and they're actually putting on a really good show on the race course.
Here comes Joshua Suster, the last driver to come in a pit road here at the moment. So 41 minutes into this race, he's managed to handle on that one tank of gas. So what did that come into a strategy? Look at his pit guy.
Yeah, it is, man. And by the way, don't forget, you're closing in on the first hour. So what are you thinking, Dean? We saw, about 40 minutes, and now we're seeing everybody now finally make pit stops with Joshua Suss, the Kansas driver, on pit road at lap number 28. Everyone else is at lap 29. So I'm thinking around 2 pit stops, maybe.
3.
They might make 3 pit stops.
I think
left.
3, yeah. I think a 3-stopper. 2 stops, you'd have to go to the hour marker if you're going to make a tour. But a 3, I think, no, definitely not a 4 now. I think it's a 3-stop.
3 pit stops. That's what I was going to say. 3 pit stops.
Look at this. Shane Scott's coming back at MDW.
2 to go.
Yeah. He's took that 4-second gap, that MDW. MDW, I noticed, had a couple little off tracks that popped up in those messages. You got to be careful of that. We know that we've heard from the drivers before in the past there, Wesley, that they get so many off tracks and you'll get a punishment, you'll get a penalty, you'll get a little black flag that comes up and you'll have to serve a drive-through. So that's always in the back of these drivers' minds as you're pushing as hard and fast as you can get.
And while that goes on, we are approaching now 30 laps completed when they come to the line this time by. So glad you're joining us on the World of NASRA. It is the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series, and we are glad that you're a part of 2 hours at Mid-Ohio. Of course, Bigglesteen Hopton, I'm Wesley Outland. Thanks for taking your time to join us on this delayed broadcast from Tuesday night. But obviously, Dean, I think we're highly entertained, no doubt. It's not over yet either.
Must have missed the overtake, but Jake Austin's back into P3 there, so something happened between him and Isaac Bevan. Probably maybe Isaac Bevan might have had a little bit of an off-track moment. I can't see anything on the race control messages, but there's definitely been a switcheroo. Isaac Bevan was in that P3 position after those pit stops. But what's important is that how Shane Scott's not letting MDW get too far away here. There's an off-track from Joey Helton. Oof, just be careful of your re-entrance. There's a car's going to be coming down a million miles an hour.
Be nice, be friends.
But this is what Scott needs to do. Apply the pressure. See the different racing lines that are taken into the corner as well? Completely different racing line than MDW takes. And we do have another nice close battle here between these drivers of Joey Helton and Tyler Justice too, my friend. This is a battle for 7th and 8th. These drivers have been pretty close on track for majority of this race too, so I don't think this is going to be over yet between these two, both in the BMWs.
A very close race right now. We'll give you your full-filled rundown as we are closing in on it. 45 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes in time remaining in the 2 hours of Mid-Ohio, presented by Concerns of Police Survivors. Right now, Matthew David Wood is the leader. He's got a 0.3 of a second lead over Shane Scott, and Shane Scott is going after MDW and lap cars. 3 of them as a pick in front of him. It's right now MDW, Shane Scott, Jake Austin Barwick, Isaac Bevan, David Payne are your top 5. 6 BMWs right now in the top 7 positions. What is there? 7 BMWs in the top 10 right now, Dean. Unbelievable.
Yeah, there's going to be very interesting how they navigate around this traffic. And MDW goes off. That's going to put him under big pressure there from Shane Scott. There you go. So Scott manages to clear up traffic. We still have more up the road as well, too, which is interesting. That's actually bring Jake into play. Jake now in a P3 is on the back there of Shane Scott.
Yeah, here comes Jake Austin Barwick on the back door of Shane Scott for P2.
It's got to clear this car quickly.
I know the back end of that car says slow. You better not be slow now. The Aussie is in stealth mode.
Yep, as MDW should clear that car there at the moment. And he will. Down this little backstretch. You want to clear it before the corner. This could hinder Shane Scott here in a moment. And
he wins that race. Bet you might sandwiches for everybody.
Oh, Scott from downtown. That's how you get it done, my friend. Trusting in the other cars around you. Yeah, Jake Austin's put some serious laps in to start catching these two. A very impressive drive so far. He has, actually. His last lap was a 23. MDW and Shane Scott was doing a 25, so he was 2 seconds a lap quicker on that last lap alone. And he's got to get past this number 42 car at the moment there of Tyler Lop. Oh, and he will. And then up the road, he's going to see Shane Scott, who just went off the track again. There's Shane Scott.
Wow.
Now Scott's going to have to just lift off there and just try to get the all the muck and gut and all the goo and everything, all that dirt and stuff on those tires, and get them back up to full operating temperature and get them all sticky again so they can stick to the track. But that's the situation, isn't it? So now Jake is going to be saying, all right, give me a shot at MDW up the road.
Yeah, what a good solid run now as we complete another lap. Jake Austin Barwick in that number 2 position. He's got Shane Scott behind him. We go to some more action in the back. It's Luke Smith. Oh! Luke Smith spins! Hang on to it, Luke!
Yeah.
Such a beautiful car to not want to get tore up there, that Corvette.
He was on the back there, Joshua Suss having a nice bat. Who's on the back there of Adam Newton? So that's a nice little fight that these drivers are doing for 11th place that currently Adam Newton's holding. And Luke Smith was going to be in that battle.
Joshua Suss was in the way right there. And
no. That didn't look like it. It might have thrown him off. Luke Smith just came out of pit road as well, too, just before, too. So he'd made his second pit stop. Adam Newton's made 2 pit stops as well. Joshua Suss was the last one to make that pit stop, remember? He went all the way to lap 28. Why is it saying that? I thought Joshua Suss came 40-something minutes into that one. I'm a little confused on that.
Ole.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He did. Yeah, he did 28 laps on that as Officer Suss. And I did refresh the trading points there too, Joshua, if you're listening. So it must have been something else. That's not showing the correct livery.
MDW in the lead, and now Hassan coming to the line this time by.
See all that kitty litter that he just rode over? That's what Luke Smith's spin put all over the track, but thankfully it's on the straightaway, so it's not going to cause any major issues. You just don't want too much of that kitty litter on the actual kick it up on the corners. NEW has gone off track somewhere. I think he's okay. Might have just been slicing through it there, but.
Now, if he goes off, isn't there incident points team that are involved in that?
Yes, sir. There is. So
yeah,
be very careful of that.
Too many. There's going to be a black flag.
Yep, and up to serve a drive-through, and we know a drive-through around here is going to cost you at least 30-something seconds if you don't have to stop. That's 30 seconds. You drop MDW 30 seconds down the road at the moment, and he would be just ahead there of Devin Painter in P5.
12 climbing positions for MDW. This man has been the Pied Piper all season since we got going. And right now, he's in front again. But you've got Austin Barwick right there. Jake in second. Shane Scott falls back to third. They're still within, 2 seconds of the leader. 5 seconds back, Isaac Bevan. And then, of course, Devin Painter, the top 5. As there you see Joey Shelton also in the top 10 with Dalton Shear and Tyler Justice, Dustin Gordon, and J.D. Larson right now, Dean, your top 10 at the moment, as we are closing in on the final 9.5 minutes of hour number 1 here at Mid-Ohio.
Don't forget Betty White on his card, too. Flipping
White,
the bird.
yes.
Yeah,
Betty White giving the number 1 fan sign to everybody.
Little off track there
She's
from
here to
Shane
body.
Scott.
I'm here for the body.
Yeah.
Can we show that real quick? Can you find it?
Well,
Well,
what? I can't show that close up of the car too
you
easily.
can't show it close up? We need a caution. We
need Joey to
caution
go
about
side
the
by
finger.
side with him, and then I can probably turn the camera around and show it.
Oh, Joey Helton with the. There's Joey Helton. I love the Old Glory USA colors right there on that one. So yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's an off track right there. That shows you how much how it is easy just to get an off track. You saw the car lift up as well too. So might have for a split second there just got a couple of tires off the actual ground, and you need boots, my friend. You need to have contact with the ground, otherwise you've got it. Basically feels like you're floating on air a little bit.
No, you're right.
There you go. They're passing you and me in the booth. Start another lap here, getting closer to that 1 hour marker halfway through the race. We'd expect those pit stops once again to probably be around 1 hour and 20, I'd say, Wes. 1 hour 20. We're getting into the lights are coming on too, Wes. I think.
We're going to have a night race, you think, maybe?
Well, we'll have a look at the weather. Here we go. And gets the job done, my friend. It's the overtake now. So Joey Helton up 1 place, up into P6. I think Dalton Shearer is going to want to also try to fight that one. But off, we also got that nice little battle that has been brewing there between Joshua Suss, Adam Newton, and now J.D. Larson is here as well. Too. There's J.D. We haven't shown too much of him in this race, but J.D. is out there trying to hold off the Bulldog and the policeman.
I'm loving it. Listen to that sound, the rumble of those cars.
That's a Ford Mustang for you, mate.
Yes, sir. Are you not entertained? What a fun rumble of those machines. As Wood in the lead. Barwick, Austin Barwick, the Aussie. There's Shane Scott. What a run for Shane Scott. And Joshua Suss now. There he is in 11th. And as we watch all this going on, we are closing in on what is there? 5 cars, I think, a lap down. Everyone else in the lead lap.
Yeah. What's also good at this one is that Jake is, well, they're still keeping MDW honest. There he is. It's 3 seconds down to Jake, and then another, give or take 5 seconds or so down to Shane Scott. We know that Shane Scott was struggling a little bit early. Great first performance of this race. He was certainly has the pace, still has the pace there. Just a couple of little boo-boos, just a couple of little off-tracks that, but he's still way in the picture there, of course. He's currently about 10 seconds off MDW, and Isaac Bevan's about 5 seconds down the road from himself. So there's certainly no serious order that this race is going to finish just yet. They've still got another round of pit stops. There's an off-track there from Adam Newton. Of course, those off-tracks are going to be lurking in the background as well, too, of the drivers and those incident points that they have, too many of them, and then you're going to have to go down, serve a penalty. Closest battle would be with Joshua Suss and Adam Newton. They got past JD last. I think JD was just struggling a little bit there and just felt he didn't want to try to hold up these guys too much. Remember, a lot of these drivers, you know, this is not their primary racing series, as you know, Wesley. They only stick to NASCAR and trucks and stuff, and then they come along here and just give it a hand there on road courses, and of course in these beautiful road cars that you can buy, heavily modified, but certainly a different experience than oval racing.
The Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, it's the concerns of police survivors, 2 hours here, and we are closing in on 56 minutes completed, 4 minutes left to hour number 1. And things have kind of calmed down here for just a moment. Top 10 is MDW in the lead, Jake Austin Barwick in second, Shane Scott, Isaac Bevan, Devin Painter, your top 5. Joey Helton, Dalton Shear, Tyler Justice, Dustin Gordon, Adam Newton. The top 10 as we step away for the completion of hour number 1. Stay with us. We still got another hour and a nickel left to go here at the Buckeye State of iRacing, Ohio.
Iracing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime is Florida Cabinet Distributors. With over 20 years in business and 39 years of woodmaking experience, they proudly serve Northeast Florida to Southeast Georgia, delivering custom woodwork that combines precision, beauty, and durability. Whether you're dreaming of a custom kitchen, bathroom vanity, fireplace and mantle, entertainment center, outdoor kitchen, or even a full library, we can build it at Florida Cabinet Distributors, exactly the way that you envision. Hey, no project is too big or too small. If it's made of wood, Florida Cabinet Distributors can make it. Call or text Steve today. Yes, they gave us his personal cell number, 904-874-3442. That's 904-874-3442 to book today. Florida Cabinet Distributors, craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime.
We're back, and I just had to slow that down for a second because we're about to see a nice little battle brewing there between Joshua Suss and Adam Newton, and this is a battle for P10. Wes?
Too much control over this stuff that's making you a madman. You're loving this, aren't you? Like, seriously.
Oh, yeah, you can't pause a live feed and just do that.
Control it, buddy. Yes, I can control it. Yeah. He literally paused the broadcast. He's like, hey, Wesley, check this out. I'm like, yeah, okay, we're slow. No, it's all good. Dean Hopkins, I'm Wesley Outman. Biggles, Dean Hopkins, punching the buttons, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday night as we work into the final hour Eastern time of Thursday, March 19th. Heading into Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
It is Friday. It's already Friday right here.
For you.
So I'm going to tell you what the lotto numbers are, all right? Seeing I'm already ahead of you. You want to let me know?
Yeah,
anybody want to know what the lotto numbers are? Because
me and you together, we'll split it. Is it the same numbers in Australia like they are in America?
No, different system.
It's a conspiracy, man.
Shane Scott got past Jake, so Jake's had a moment here. I'm going to rewind this back for a second there, Wes, because I just want to see if he's had an off track. Yes, he has. He has. So the Aussies had a bit of a spinneroo here, and that's allowed Shane Scott to kick back through.
Look at this. The man in second.
Yep.
Jake Austin Barwick, and this puts Shane Scott. Great, Scott, you're back around. There's the move.
Yep. So
put him in P2, baby. He's back.
This is endurance racing for you, my friend Wesley. You know, fatigue and all that starts to kick in after a period of time. Remember, they've been in that racing cockpit for more than an hour. They had qualifying going into this, and then they had a practice session. So all these drivers have just been stuck in your racing rig for an hour now. Probably the only time they had a stretch was in the pit stops, that most of them only done just one. And then, of course, they got to gruel it out here for another hour. So that's when those little tiny mistakes start creeping in.
Loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Not sponsored by McDonald's.
Are you loving it? I'm loving it. You're loving it. I'm loving it. We're all loving it.
Too expensive to fast food these days, mate. It costs you like
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
costs you nearly like over $20 to get a Big Mac meal in Australia these days, mate. Like, not
right.
cheap fast food anymore. Oh, this traffic's going to hinder him a little bit here as Joshua Suss trying to get past Adam Newton. He's trying to get past Colton Gordon, I think. They're going to go around the outside.
Come and
That's
get
Tyler,
me.
actually. Sorry, they got past the number 42. Might just have Newton here, too.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
You should see the acceleration out of the corners of the Corvette's better. You see that? The Corvette has, American muscle cars, my friend, horsepower. But it's the cornering that you'll see that BMW starts to have a little bit better under braking there, and it should be a little bit better in some of the cornering as well too. But then once Joshua Suss hits that loud pedal, she gets a little bit more speed exit. You see the cornering there, the BMW just seems to have a little bit more of an advantage. That's another. You wait to see when we go to Monza, mate, for the combined Monza. That's when you're going to see these cars that have massive straight line speeds have an advantage in our next race.
So you think the genius will appear for a lot of these guys, especially ones that know what they're doing?
Yeah. Got to get to you choose the car. Now, I'm just double confirming if Joshua's out there listening. Of course, are they fixed to the car for the season, or can they switch them? Because you might see a bit of a switcheroo of cars come into the Monza race. But if they can't, then you got to stick to whatever car you want to use for the entire season. So you look at that schedule, obviously, Wesley, before you choose your car and say, all right. Oh, that's...
Oh, my goodness. Newton into somebody there.
Suss.
Into the 19. Suss and Newton get together.
No, he didn't hit him. Didn't hit him. It looked like just Joshua Suss got the cone stuck to the front.
Yeah, he just lost it. Yeah, you're right.
He's got that cone stuck. I wonder if it's going to hit him.
I retract my previous statement. It's your fault.
Oh, it's gone. There you go. I thought that cone was going to stay there the whole time. I didn't give him too much downforce. Oh, they can switch. Thank you. All right. He was bold but scared. They can switch. But Dalton's saying he's going to stay in BMW. Okay. All right. I don't know. I'd go for a car that has more straight line speed. But then again, too, you are going to hinder your cornering speed. It's like anything.
Wow.
The car ate the cone. Certainly did. MBW has got a big gap now because of that little mistake there that Jake had when he went off track. And Shane Scott, remember, was about 5 seconds down the road from him, which he now overtook him and got P2. But now MBW has built up a 13-second gap. Not quite a full window. You need to get about close to a minute if you want a full window of pit stop window there. Wesley, so you can come back out.
Speaking of Mid-Ohio, how about breaking news? Look at this. Pit road, Suss is in. Kansas, Mobile 1, number 12, Joshua Suss on pit road right now.
Drive through. Drive through.
Oh, wow. Pass through penalty?
Yep. Didn't see a black flag come up or anything, but he drove straight through.
The 80 of Suss. Wow. Yep. Hey, but speaking of the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, hey, guess what, Dean? It was announced today, 10 hours ago, right? Like at 2 o'clock this afternoon. IMSA is returning to Mid-Ohio next year in 2027.
Oh, nice.
How cool is that? So not only have you got NASCAR, ARCA, IndyCar, Indy Next, the trucks. You've got SCCA. You've got other special events. Now the IMSA series is returning back after a couple of years off. So that's going to be really cool to see them back again. They're going to be at Mid-Ohio June 11th and 13th for 4 hours of Mid-Ohio next year. Hey, we're doing double that. They run 4 hours for real. We're doing 2.
Yeah, that's true. Justin got in for a maybe very much a scheduled pit stop now. We're coming close to that pit stop window. So Joshua Susso cleared it out there. MDW's got a bit of traffic to navigate through here at the moment too.
I just thought it was kind of cool that we have breaking news and
breaking news.
At Ohio.
Look at it. He's on the back there of Dalton. He's going to try to drive around the outside of the 111.
Yes, look at this.
Always got to be careful when you're dealing with traffic, of course, even if you're the race leader, you can take your time. He's got a 16-second gap down to Shane Scott, so if he has to lift off there and it costs him a second or two at this lap, that's fine. You got to tell your drivers it's okay. It's an endurance race. A couple of seconds is not much to lose. Of course, if it was a sprint race and you only had a couple of laps to go, then yeah, you would probably want to be fighting for it, but that's the situation. Justin Gordon is allowing a lot of these drivers to come through in the Ferrari, my friend. It's a Ferrari. He'll be a popular man in...
Do you know many Ferraris?
Ferraris?
Are you a race car?
All the Italians will be cheering for him come when we fly over to Italy, mate, from Monza. All the Tifosi fans.
My whole life. Do you know many Ferraris? No, they're in the European circuit. I'm in the Piston Cup. Luigi only followed the Ferraris.
Yeah, Luigi only followed the Ferraris. There's Jake Austin getting past Joshua Suss. He's only a second and change down the road here from Shane Scott, who did say out there in the chat he's going to be switching over to... I was reading all this. Great to see lots of chat up there. I didn't say if he was going to be switching. It was Dalton Shearer said he's going to switch to the BMW. I'll have the BMW. Josh convinced IMSA to go back to Mid-Ohio. So thank you, Josh.
Oh, give him credit. I love it.
Just having a look at the weather there too, Wesley. What are we local time?
We'll make him feel good. We'll make him feel good, right? What was it? Was it 3:30 in the afternoon? That's what when you were talking about being nighttime. I'm like, yeah, 2:30 in the afternoon, right? Sim time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate. It is 2:30 military time. So. Yeah, you were talking about possibly going under the lights. I was like, really? Nighttime? Mid-Ohio don't have lights. So, nope. I actually, true story, remember when I did the NASCAR truck race ARCA was the preliminary on the Saturday. I'm sorry, it was on the Saturday afternoon because the trucks were highlighted on the Sunday when NASCAR Cup was off. And, it was a wreck fest, Dean, in ARCA. They tore stuff up left and right. Yeah, man, they friggin' damn guys couldn't get out of their own way, right? So, anyhow, the race got called because of daylight conditions. They were literally 15 minutes away from dark.
Right.
And when I tell you that, when it looked like it was literally dark outside, the cameras on the broadcast made it look like it was much darker because of the iris on the cameras.
Yeah, that's true. They do, don't they? Because it's the aperture of the light that comes in there. And it's not the same as the natural eye.
Well, and believe it or not, Dean, that had a lot to do with the race getting called because the production people were like, guys, you don't get it. We're like literally showing, our cameras are showing darkness now.
Yeah.
So what could have been about 30, 45 minutes of daylight left was darkness on the cameras, and they called the race.
Well, it's all for the audience, isn't it, that are watching? So you got to please them first. Please don't worry about the drivers. Please them second. Please the audience first.
The more you know.
Yeah, very interesting, Wesley. Wesley's Racing Tales. Tune in each week. He's got lots of them. How many years of experience do you have? You've been doing it for a long time.
So I've been announcing since I was 13 years old.
Jake.
30 years. I'm 42 now. So here comes Jake Austin Barwick. Remember what I was telling you, Dean? Around lap number 50? Here they come. And this could be the pit stop and maybe one more after this one. And that's it.
It'll be a stretch. If somebody could stretch it to... Oh, he's missed his pit box. Oh, that'll cost you a little bit. Stretch this. If anybody... Oh, he missed it again? There it is. Gonna line it up. Perfect.
Man. Can't make those mistakes, right? I mean,
no,
just
that could cost him this with trying to get past Shane Scott in the pits. But we did know Shane Scott, hoping to do it again, made a little boo-boo going into the pit lane last time, back on lap 27. We know that MDW went a lap later or so. He on lap 28 he went in.
right.
Isaac Bevan went at lap 26. He's still out. Just trying to see if anybody has got enough to stretch it so that they can get it to that 1 hour 20 marker. Wesley, that could give them enough to go all the way to the end and not have to take another pit stop.
Joshua Suss says, I can't even convince my wife to pick what's for dinner. And actually, there was a post that Joshua Suss that I had. I posted something on social media the other day, and his response was something of that regard of, yeah, man, you know, I can't make up my mind what I want to get for dinner. I can't decide what movies we want to watch. And, you know, I think that's the men are from Mars, women are from Venus mentality, right? We all have that.
Well, we've been like flip through channels like all the time, and I think I can't make up my mind. Women are like, no, stick to one thing and watch it.
I want to watch the murder mysteries. No, you're gonna figure out how they killed me. It was.
So
Hey,
when
by
are we
the way,
expecting?
ladies and gentlemen, we are now we're in hour number 2, and the countdown clock is on. There's 49 minutes and counting remaining in this race here, Dean. Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is once again, we're going to see another round of pit stops for these drivers. Most of them only taking the one pit stop. Jake Austin has made his second pit stop. A couple of drivers like Tyler Justice, JD Larson have made some pit stops, but I believe that they'll definitely have to make a few more. Dustin Gordon made a pit stop back on lap 44. He'll be able to stretch that a little bit further, but it won't be enough to go to the end of the race. Just wondering too, some of these drivers could be doing a little bit of fuel saving there, Wesley. That means what they're going to do, of course, is lift and coast the car a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just
yes,
not
sir.
necessarily apply too much throttle coming out of the corner as well. It'll cost you some lap times, no doubt. You'll probably be like a second or if not 2 seconds a lap slower. But if that can save you a whole pit stop, which is going to cost you around 50 seconds, then it's worth it sometimes.
No, you're exactly right.
Oh, Joshua goes off track somewhere. And there he is.
Wow, Shane Scott in trouble.
No, this is...
No, I'm sorry. That was
Suss.
Joshua Suss. Watch this again, guys. Here's Joshua Suss in the Corvette. Oh, man. Come on, Josh. Oh!
but
Into
he
the gravel trap.
But he kept it out of the fence.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so that's more important. You don't get any damage.
Part of my language was saying ass end. I meant the rear end of the car off the wall, but he saved that Corvette. Don't want to mess that car up. What a pretty race car. Don't break the car.
Yeah, no, it wasn't supposed to be his intended livery either. I don't like it.
That's right.
So Isaac Bevan's starting to apply a little bit of pressure to Devin Painter for P3. These drivers still have to come down to pit road.
All the while, MDW continuing to lead here. By the way, fastest lap of the race, 1 minute, 22 seconds. 1:22.257 is actually the lap for MDW. And
Yeah.
well, Dino, as we approach 52 completed, Matthew David Wood now leading. He is not pitted yet.
No.
But he is right now the guy to go after. There he is right now working around the course here in the Mobile One, number 21 from Wild and Wonderful, West Virginia. It is MDW's race again to lose.
They're saying he's Max Verstappen out there, but MDW has his cam. We know it's not Max Verstappen. He drives like Max Verstappen.
Yeah, Max Verstappen. And All of
who
these great
is not
things
enjoying
going
his
on.
Formula One season this year because he's having a lot of problems with the technical regulation
Lewis
changes that they have.
Hamilton struggling too, right? I mean, Lewis Hamilton came away with a good top 3 podium. If
His
you
first
will.
podium for Ferrari.
Yeah, first podium for Ferrari. Do you know many Ferraris?
But I mean, it's early days still. There's a lot of regulation changes and things that are happening still, and they're getting used to the cars. So, I mean, McLaren's couldn't even get out in that last race, unfortunately, in China. So, couldn't even get both of their cars out on the grid. That's the first DNF they had since. Guess what? Indianapolis. I think in 2005. Remember that kerfuffle that happened, mate, where they had half the cars didn't start the race.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
And everybody started throwing things onto the track and all that because all the very peed off fans, which you would be because you sit there to see all the cars race, and then that's it. They scrapped the race after that, and they didn't go back to the United States until
they said we'll never come back again.
COTA. Yeah, many years later.
Formula One said I will never come back again. Then people in all them foreign languages, they're like, what the hell? These Americans are crazy. It ain't our fault. Well, technically, it's our fault.
And then now you got 3 races in the States. Miami, COTA, and Vegas.
We got, Miami, Austin, Texas, and COTA, and then, of course, Las Vegas. And, man, I'm going to put that on my bucket list to go to one day, I'm telling you.
Not the Vegas one. It's way too expensive. Dude, COTA.
So, man.
COTA, apparently, everybody said is the best one to go to.
I know people in Vegas. I mean, I've been to Vegas before.
Well, if you can stay somewhere in Vegas, it'll save you a lot of money, but the tickets are crazy expensive. Unless you're going to make them cheaper.
And just sleep in the gas station parking lot before you pull off to the racetrack, honestly, I'll sleep on the top of the Spear.
But COTA's got all the atmosphere. It's got all the bands that play there. It's got a lot of area.
Oh, yeah.
In Austin, Texas, it's a lot more of an atmosphere than,
The Formula One race at Miami is building momentum, too.
Oh,
it's kind of like an all-star type deal for sure.
That's closer to you, too, mate. So
it is.
Shane Scott's in. And
Miami's
Dalton.
about 700 miles from my house. Miami.
We'll make it a Wesley's road trip, so everybody will sign up here in
Miami.
NASRA and all the other networks, and we'll rent a bus, and Wesley will drive us all the way down to Miami.
You fly to RDU, man, and I got you covered for your ticket, brother. I promise you.
So this is an important pit stop for Shane Scott. He's got to be able to clear Jake Austin here. We know that had a little bit of a reversing back and forward to get his pit stall perfectly. Shane Scott entered the pits quite well this time around, so let's see if he can manage to exit out again and hold on to that.
You have a passport, right, Dean? They're not gonna deport you.
I've traveled the world, man. I've lived in Miami. I've lived in Las Vegas. I've lived in Minnesota.
You haven't made Trump mad, have you? You make
No. When it comes to traveling to other countries, I don't get into any politics, whatever. It's like, whoever your politicians are, your leaders are, I just do what they say. All right? I don't want to get deported.
I'll follow the rules. I will follow the rules.
Yeah. Always follow the rules.
I will do what you say. I will follow
when you're in
the
somebody
rules.
else's backyard, mate, you follow their rules.
That's what I tell you. And you know what? That's what I told somebody. Like, seriously, we talk about our country, our world becoming unhinged. Let me explain something to you. My brother lives in Australia where Dean is. I'm an alien when it comes to Australia. If I get on a plane with my intentions to go see my brother illegally, and I don't fill out the proper paperwork, them damn Aussies are going to give me a dungaroo and a kangaroo and stick me in a hole. And maybe my brother in Australia could bail me out. Maybe. But you know what's going to happen after they bail me out? They're going to ship my ass on a plane back to America.
You know what they do, Wesley? They'll lock you in a cell and force you to eat Vegemite sandwiches all day.
Vegemite sandwiches and Foster's. There you go, man.
Until you say, look, I'll leave voluntarily. I don't want to be here and I can't handle the Vegemite.
What do they call the toilets? What do they call the bathrooms? A dungy? Is it a dungy or something?
Dunnies.
Yeah. So you avoid the dunnies. Avoid the dunnies. Don't get caught with your pants down.
MDW Zen. Isaac Bevan came back out here with Jake, and that's a nice little battle for these drivers after their pit stops. So MDW's, I think it'd be no problems
Oh, boy.
and clearing Shane Scott on this one. Devin Painter will take the lead, but
It stops,
he will.
and there goes MDW in again, ladies and gentlemen. 56 of a 2-hour race, 56 laps completed right now. And with sim time remaining, more people are pitting, including Tyler Justice with 41 minutes remaining. Back in a moment.
You're not going to want to miss tonight's county fair. I'm going to be...
We are your window to your community.
Did you see the last 5 minutes of that football game last night?
Oh man, I saw the whole thing.
And a lifeline to keep you safe when danger is near.
Everybody who is listening needs to take cover as soon as they can. This is one of the biggest storms.
We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress you depend on your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent. We hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
And we are back with you. Pit stops continue, Dean.
Yeah.
We're approaching the home stretch of this race with 40 minutes to go.
What's interesting right now is that Jake Austin's come back in again. He only just came in, remember, only so many laps earlier. He's going to fuel this up to go to the end. This is, I told you, it's about the 1 hour, 20-minute mark. That's why he's sacrificed another pit stop right now, but he figured, okay, that's it. Fresh tires, full tank of gas, I'm going to the end. Whereas some of the other drivers may have to come back in again. Could be good strategy call. Joey Helton's come in as well. So these drivers that, well, the drivers that haven't maybe, that did stretch it out. And we've got Shane Scott that's making his second pit stop there, Devin Painter. So they've all made their second round of pit stop, apart from Joshua Suss, actually, because once again, Joshua Suss, remember, he was the last one to pit in the first round of pit stops. He definitely should be able to have enough tank of gasoline to take him to the end of the race. No doubt. But will the other drivers just have enough, Wes? That'd be a key question.
I think you're exactly right, man. Right. Let's see what they can do here as Joshua Suss continuing to work his way around the course. And will we see one more pit stop? That's the question. Will we see these drivers go one more? Right. They've made 2 pit stops now.
Yeah.
Now, Dean, there's 40 minutes remaining?
Yeah.
38 minutes to go exactly in sim time, if you will, 38 and change. So we've seen guys pit twice. We've seen them probably stay on track for about, 25, 30 minutes. Is somebody going to stretch it, or are we going to see like a late pit stop with maybe like 10 or 15 minutes left to go in the race, because that's what they've got to do to at least top off for fuel, right?
Yeah. And it depends. I don't know why Jake Austin's back in here again. I think he towed back to pit lane. I think that might be a problem that he's having there, unfortunately for the Aussie, because he did come back out pit lane and now he's back in there again. He's sitting in there for quite some time, not up on the jack. So maybe if it is a retirement, unfortunately for technical issues, maybe somebody could let us know about that. That's not really too much of a spoiler alert if he had an issue. But interesting situations now arising. See, MDW's got a 25-second gap to Shane Scott. If he can increase that, obviously, to around 40 seconds, then he could afford, no doubt, to have another pit stop and still come out ahead of Shane Scott. But he'll have to do a lot of quick laps here, which indicate to me that he's not going to do any fuel saving. Jake's still in pit road at the moment, mate. It's been well over a minute and change. We know we had a couple of blinking issues early, so I don't know if it was a technical issue there. An internet connection or something.
Yeah, a little ink and blink and nod, right?
It could be his race done, but
again here.
Yeah, because he's down at P13 at the moment. He's sitting there for at least a minute and a half. Yeah, Monza's the next race as well, too, as to be mentioned. That's the one I'm looking forward to. The Ferraris are looking forward to Monza.
Monza's going to be fun, right? Monza will be a good one.
Yep. and that's the combined one. So as I said, it uses the old oval that they used to do as a racing track back in the day, and then it combines it with the modern Monza track. So you have a bit of both. You go onto the old one for a banking thing, you go all the way around, and then you go back onto the new track, and then you cut back around past the pit lane, and you go back and do the new track again, and then you go back around for the old one. It's quite interesting. Joshua Susin for the final time. You'd hope for him. We know that he's the one that stretched it further than anybody else. So that's, you don't see this with the other cars, Wesley, because we're using Joshua's replay, but there's the lollipop man.
Come on, Mr. Lollipop. There you go. La 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 lollipop.
So he's going to basically flip that and lift it.
Will he say go? Will
Yeah.
he say go? Get the hell out of the way.
He'll lift it.
Come on, Josh. Come on, come.
There, go.
Go. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I'm in Ohio.
To the rev limiter. Got to stick to the rev limiter until the line. Then it's released.
Joshua Suss ready. And he says, "You can exit, my friend. Go." Now, what happens if the guy sends the sign out too early? What happens? I mean, Joshua Suss, he's screwed, right? Because I mean, he jumped the pit stop.
That's one for the chat, actually. I'm not a racing driver, Wesley, so I'm not really sure if you can jump
Monza
it.
is in 2 weeks. It's going to be March the 31st, the last day of March. Tuesday, March the 31st is Monza.
Do you hear that?
Put it on your calendar.
So our tires are going to explode. The combined front, get the front left at 230. It would be because you go up on that banking elevation. So as you're going up that high speed there, you're going to put all that lateral loading into that tire. It's going to overheat it through the roof. Yeah, that's what's something else that these drivers are going to let us know that they're going to have to manage when that race comes up there, Wes. The next one. Adam Newton comes in for his third pit stop now. Unless it's a drive-through.
The suspense is killing me, my friend. My suspense is killing me.
Yeah, this could be another splash to get them to the end. You'll take tyres as well. You might as well take tyres because it literally just takes you about the same amount of pit stop to put fuel in it anyway. So they put gas in at the same time while they're up in the jacks anyway. So you might as well just get your tyres. Only cost you a little bit more time. That'll get him to the end. Still questions remain on MDW. Shane Scott, Devon Painter, Isaac Bevan, and Joey, if they can make it to the end. Jake Austin is back out now. So he had a very long pit stop down there for a minute and change. Unless he had an off-track moment that we've missed and got some damage that he had to fix. But he's come back out in P8, Wesley. And he's got Luke Smith for company.
Place your bets. See you in the ring, Voorhees. MBW right now in the lead. There is Luke Smith. Kermit the Frog here. Dean, I wonder if Kermit's mad that he's ready to try to find Wesley after me and Miss Piggy's relationship. What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, I know. It might have been the situation.
We know about this in the NASRA Australian series.
Truck Series, yeah. It was a picture of Wesley and cuddling Miss Piggy on the back of one of them.
Me was cuddling Miss Piggy on a truck. Keith Hackney, who actually won the race when we broadcasted this morning, last night in the Aussie World at Vegas. 2 weeks ago, we were at, where the hell were we? Vegas. We were at Phoenix, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Phoenix. And he says, Wesley, I'm going to do something special for you, man. I want to put your face on the car. So I get a random friend request from this guy, Keith Hackney out of Calhoun, Georgia. He gets up at like my time to do the NASCAR Australia event. So it's like, 3:30, 3:45 my time. Same thing for him when it's 8 o'clock in the Aussie world. Thank goodness since daylight savings time we get up at 5 o'clock. But anyhow, Dean, you guys know this. He did a truck with me and Miss Piggy on the tailgate of the truck, and and Miss Piggy is caressing me.
You don't want Luke Smith to find out about that.
That's all I'm going to say. Miss Piggy is caressing me. and everybody got a kick out of that. So
it was great.
So Kermit the Frog might be pissed off at me right now. So he sent Luke to do his dirty work.
Joey Helton out there said you can't jump the pit stop there, Wesley. You can leave early for optional repairs, but if you have damage, you're stuck there for required repairs. So you can't drive off the jack and hit the lollipop fella.
Wait a minute. If I come down pit road and I don't have any need to do repairs, but I just do tires and fuel, and I take off early, you can't get penalized for that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's to the drivers out there from Joey who's answering that question. I think it's because when they drop the jack, that's when he basically is going to release the lollipop. So you can't drive off once you're up on the jacks. Quite dangerous. You haven't got tires attached to your car.
Georgia's losing? Who is Georgia playing?
Adam had to go back into his pit stop again.
Georgia's losing to St. Louis? My goodness. Yeah. March Madness sucks this year. That's all I'm going to say about it. All right. MDW right now still in the lead.
It's got a
Dean, have you got your bracket ready, buddy, for March Madness?
No, I don't have time to follow it, Wesley. Too busy.
He's Oh.
Got barely enough time to follow Formula One these days.
Oh my goodness, I love Formula One. I've got the Apple TV program, and I love all the.
We could be calling those races, mate, with the timing. If we had the time,
we need to do it one day.
We don't have.
We
We
can't.
can't.
Make it happen.
I've got other leagues.
My ass out of bed.
I got other leagues that are on at the same time most of the time. They decide to run races at the same time, so we can't do it.
I got you. I go well. I mean, just find the time in your life whenever we're available, then make it happen.
Yeah, we could do one or two. I'd say. I'll let you know. Luke Smith.
Formula1.com.
It's keeping up there with Jake Austin there, but that's the battle for P8. One of the closest battles on the track there. Shane Scott's a little lonely at the moment, 23 seconds down the road from MDW and in between Devin Painter and Isaac Bevan. A little further down the road there too. So Isaac Bevan's about 7 seconds of change off Painter. And that battle for the podium.
I do got to ask you, though, Dean, why such the long break for Formula One, right? I mean, they started at Melbourne, right? And then they come out of the gate and they run China.
Yep. And Japan.
And then they run Japan next week, I believe it is. Next week is Japan, right?
Yes, sir.
And then they take off until May.
Because the two races in the Middle East were cancelled.
Oh, that's right.
They usually race two in the Middle East so they
Abu Dhabi,
Saudi
and
Arabia. No,
Saudi Arabia, yeah.
Saudi Arabia. Abu Dhabi's at the end. I think it's Qatar. But it's too dangerous.
That's it. It's the Iranian states. I
think. They cancel them. That's why they've got a gap. They didn't usually do it, of course, but it's a pretty busy season. In comes Luke Smith. So he needs fuel.
I mean, Formula One goes longer than NASCAR does.
They used to only do when I was a kid. They used to only do it like 12, mostly in Europe, but now they've expanded all around the world.
Formula One goes all the way until at the end of Thanksgiving, I think it is.
Yeah, into almost November or something like that.
They need to bring Formula One to Mid-Ohio. How cool would that be, man?
It's not a Class 1 track, I don't think. The grade.
It's not safe enough, you mean?
Yeah, that's what it is. There's a lot of... You have to be the Class A track or whatever it is in order to be in Formula One.
Yeah, they race Thanksgiving weekend in Qatar, and Abu Dhabi for the finale is the first weekend in December. NASCAR is done the first week in November. So, I mean, Formula One definitely got an amazing schedule. So, MDW, by the way, continuing to run away with this thing here. Tyler Justice. There's Justice. He's back in 6th position. Dean, we had a couple of spin-outs, but nothing really serious. I mean, this race has gone by pretty quickly now as we approach 27 minutes remaining.
Yeah, it has been quite good. It's a lot of action at the start of the race, of course. Everybody's bunched up. Now they're just spread out, as you can see on the track map. Shane Scott was certainly bringing it, and still is. He's 24 seconds down the road there, but Don't you forget about those off tracks that are slowly creeping up. You heard there before Joshua Suss. That's the reason why he had to actually go down a pit lane, because of that spin he had. Unfortunately, sometimes with iRacing, it sees the spin as you sometimes gaining an advantage because it's an off track, but it's not. It's just a spin, and you get penalised for it. So there he had to serve a penalty because he exceeded the limitations that you're allowed. A lot more off tracks occurring for some of these drivers too. They might come into play if they push it a little bit too much.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to step away and we're going to take our final break as we are closing in on under 30 remaining, under 30 minutes that is. Stay with us as right now MDW holding off Shane Scott. Can he catch him? As he's looking for his 5th win. We're up in a moment. Stay with us to finish next from Mid-Ohio.
Iracing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
We're back, and thanks for joining us. Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course on iRacing, and it's been a really good one. Dean Hopton, Wesley Outlet here with you. We are closing in on the 70th lap of the race, 68 laps completed, and we are mentioning as well, we are to the home stretch, right, Dino? Here we go. Clock winding down, under 25 minutes remaining. We're ready to take this one to the finish.
Yep, if these drivers have enough to go to the finish, an assumption that some of them will be able to, maybe all of them can. Thank you for the information out there from Joshua Suss. So spins will give you a 2x for loss of control, and off tracks are 1x, and then a collision's a 4x. Now, if you can remind everybody, Joshua, what is the incident limit for this race? I mean, I could show it, but I don't want to.
Ain't it 18 points, I think? Ain't it 18
18x?
points?
Is it? Maybe 18x. We'll confirm that one. Shane Scott said he couldn't hold that 1:22-minute lap time. Lost it on his first pit stop. And he's lost his pace by a second or two. Currently, at the moment, Shane Scott's doing 1:24s. The last lap that MDW did was 1:22.6, and I think that's what Shane was doing, not being able to hold the 1:22 that he was doing earlier in the race. Just must have just got him a little bit out of whack, right? With your flow, is just going to get past Joshua Suss to put a lap on. Luke Smith's come back down the pit lane again. I think he might have got some. I don't see any damage, but he's on the damage clock. He's fixing something in that car because he's already been in there for 2 minutes and change.
Yeah, all of this going on now as we are approaching the finish of this one with MDW in front. Shane Scott second. Devin Painter third. You know, Dean, there's a driver that we really don't talk about a lot. How about Devin Painter? Let's give some love to the man in third, right? Devin Painter. He's been consistent, Dean. If you look at the stats on the season for Devin Painter, he's one of those guys that, he's hanging around, right? I mean, it's Wood, Scott, and Painter. And there you see the points right there as well. And if you look at the statistics of the races, he has had consistent podiums and top 5 finishes, top 10s since the season started for the driver of the number 99. So way to go for Devin.
Absolutely. So it's confirmed out there as well too, Wesley, that Tyler Justice is really pushing this at the moment, trying to catch Joey Helton too for P5. It's only a little off track that popped up there. That's a 1X that comes up. We heard out there you got 15 of those, Wesley, before you get sent to the drive-through. And then if you do it
I was thinking
again,
18, but it's 15. 15. So it's 15 incident points, and then you get sent to the pit lane with a black flag, basically.
yes, sir, drive-through penalty that you have to serve. And then, of course, then you can go another 10 after that.
And here's something also to think about, guys. Since the season started, back on January the 20th. And it's amazing we're in mid-March now. When we started this series, it was January the 20th. Matthew David Wood and Shane Scott have finished winner and runner-up at Charlotte, Autodromo Hermanes Rodriguez, Road America, and Sebring. And right now in race 5 of the season, Dean, you've got MDW and Shane Scott 1 and 2. I don't think there's a series that I could think of in years past consistently that we've seen 2 drivers, if you will, are 1 and 2 on the spectrum of things in the first 5 races or 4 races of the year. About to become a reality for 5 races here at Mid-Ohio, and we are closing in on 20 minutes remaining. The clock has gone by fast here.
Yeah, great battle between those two in the championship hunt there, as we're seeing a great battle between Joey Helton and Tyler Justice for P5 and 6. As they're going to go at it after we've been here for almost an hour and 40 minutes, and these two are separated by less than a second on the racetrack. And we got, as I said there, Tuesday nights is going to be a little bit an issue for me moving forward. I made childcare plans for Monza, but so he'll be there for Monza, right? But after that, you could be losing your babysitter, which means that you might not be able to race. Let's hope we can sort something out.
Who you are you talking about?
Not
you,
me.
Dean?
Casey Sully out there. Casey.
Oh wow, Casey.
Yeah, Casey.
Oh boy, man! Just put your kid in front of the TV and you run and just say "Go guy" once in a while.
Dustin said, "Give them their own race rig."
Yeah, there you go. Give them their own little steering wheel, man. Let them have at it. I mean, that's what I would do. Hey, buddy. Hey, little fella. Daddy's got a race right now, so you have your steering wheel.
Oh, that's off track.
What Daddy does. Whoa, Justice is in trouble.
Not over
Joey
yet.
Helton and Justice almost getting together there.
Yep.
Joey Helton says, iRacing Arcade. You're damn straight.
Yeah,
we watch Joey Helton in 6th right now.
Who's that trying to lap him in the background there too?
Yeah,
that's the number one, Shane Scott.
MDW.
It's Shane Scott, actually.
It is Shane Scott. It is Shane Scott. Oh, Shane Scott trying to get around these cars so he can catch back up to Wood.
Yeah, it's dangerous too when you're trying to lap 2 cars that are battling themselves. Those drivers don't want to necessarily give up too much time to try to allow a car to come through. So that's the situation. It's up to Shane Scott to try to find his way past.
Wancho can babysit because he's too scared to come race. Shots fired. Wow.
Ooh.
Wancho says kids love me. All right. Well, there you go.
Got a nice little battle here.
I love the interaction of the chat box. Dean, I think we got more interaction tonight than we have during the regular season, during the broadcast. And I think it's because the drivers actually get back to watch this themselves now.
You know, you can get can't you get a voice to text bot? I think you can plug it into like YouTube and stuff like that, so that you can just push a button on your steering wheel or whatever, and then you say something and it'll type in the chat for you. Here we go, Wes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when, it's like when you're texting and driving, right? You voice text and drive, and you say something, and you're being so emphasizing of what your words are, and then the text comes back, voice text, and it sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook. I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you a story here now. Story time with Wesley with 18 minutes left to go here at Mid-Ohio. Back in the day when I was working for Fast Track Companies International in my tenure of 13 years for the company, I used to do the press releases. As a matter of fact, my boss man, Stan Lester, at the time, had me go to school and learn creative writing. So I took 2 or 3 courses to learn how to become a better sports writer, writing stories. So, because basically it was this. He sat down in my office and he said, hey, look, Wesley, here's the deal. We need a writer, we need a PR guy, and we need an announcer. But we need a PR media guy more than we need an announcer. So it's time to, poop or get off the pot. If you want to become the series announcer and do it full time, we need you to learn how to write these stories as well. So in a way, Dean, I kind of got through to the wolves, but I really started to find a liking to it. But the problem is you're going from one race to the next, to the next, to the next. Sometimes I did 5 races in 7 days with the schedule we had. So I literally, Dean, found myself either in the officials' hauler traveling from track to track, or in my personal car or rental car, voice texting with my phone press releases of the races. And so I would just say, the cars come down the front straightaway at the green flag, and Rambo Dennis Franklin holds off Shane Scott, blah, 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 blah. You know, and it's a $5,000 payday, and here's how it happened, and then there was a big wreck. So I literally would voice, text. But by the time I got to a stopping point or got to reading it was so mumbo-jumboed, spelling not sounding right. Fast track was missing the S. It was fat track or fat rack.
Right.
So it was... So I still had to definitely check my pronunciation, if you will. The pronunciations and spelling, grammar. So, but yeah, man, that's what I used to do. I used to literally drive down the road and voice text my press releases.
Well, I think the technology would be a bit better too, to more understand like it was back in the day too.
This is my voice. Yes, you're exactly right.
I remember that used to be pretty horrible.
Back then it was like a BlackBerry.
Yeah,
back then it was like a BlackBerry or an Android phone, right? It was like one of those little Samsung S5. I mean, where the hell have we gone? We went from the Samsung Galaxy S3 to an S5. Those are the 2 ones I had. Then I had a Samsung A51, and now I've got a Google Pixel X2, I think is what it is.
Oh, good fun.
But yeah. But they're advertising Samsung Galaxy S26. I'm like, my goodness! I remember when I had a Samsung 3 and 5. Somehow 4 got skipped. I don't know where, but it did.
I remember my dad had a one of those old cellular phones too.
Yeah,
First one of the ones with the big battery, and then with the hand, with the, and then one other one. But he worked in telecommunications, so he had access to all that they paid for, thankfully, because those things were thousands of dollars at the time.
The satellites. We're calling the satellites.
And the calls were expensive as well.
Right? Yes, sir. This is AT&T calling to you or collect call. Hell no, I ain't paying nothing.
MDW, another off track. He must be getting very close. I've been counting how many off tracks he's done, but I've seen his name popping up quite a few times.
The days of 1-800-COLLECT. Do you remember Collect on the TVs back in the day, right?
Yep.
Oh, boy. That's how I feel about it with these damn,
Would you say accept this collect call from Mom?
Yes.
I got no money.
Do you remember that commercial? Collect call from Bob. We had a baby. It's a boy.
No.
It's Bob.
No,
they had a baby. It's a boy. He calls collect to his parents and he says, collect call from Bob. We had a baby. It's a boy.
Yep.
Collect call from Bob. We had a baby. It's a boy. Do you accept the charges?
No.
No. And the wife is like, so honey, who was that? Oh, it was Bob. They had a baby. It's a boy. Oh, wow.
Getting down to about
anything to talk about
10 minutes left. I'm just wondering if they got enough to go to the end.
We're holding on here to get off the air. This is, we're holding to get to the finish of this thing here now. We're just rambling now.
Oh, Luke trying to warm his tires. That's the reason why he's in pit stop, and I think he's going to retire this one out. Dustin Jordan's coming in, so couldn't stretch it to the end on that tank of gas, unless, of course, they made a boo-boo we didn't see.
Look at this. And remember, Dean, remember we talked about this. Remember, we said, who's going to come down pit road? Who's going to come down pit road? Remember, we said who's going to make it within the last 20 minutes of the race left, and here it is. With 13 minutes to go, we're seeing some of these guys have to come down to the pit lane for their money stop here.
I was just looking at some of the lap times too. The MDW last lap was a 25, a 23 for Shane Scott. So they're not... they're averaging around 23s, 24s, so it's not crazy too slow for fuel saving. You could have to be doing around 25s or something like that, maybe 26s if you're fuel saving. This battle's not over. Tyler Justice and Joey Helton as well, too. They're line astern. They couldn't navigate their way through some traffic before, but now they're back at it. Of course, These two are
And
racing,
Dean,
so they're not fuel
Dean,
saving.
here's something to think of. I'm sorry, Dean. Here's something to think about. Where were we last week? Were we at Sebring? I think it was. Look at Sebring, okay? When we were at Sebring last weekend, okay, or 2 weeks ago, they only completed, 50 laps, I think, maybe? 60 laps. I mean, they really didn't complete a lot. I think they didn't even get to 50 laps the distance in total. This track, though it's 2.5 miles, 14, 15 turns, they're still knocking laps out in a minute and 80, at least 80 seconds. A minute 22, a minute 23 seconds. They're about to complete lap number 78 of this race. And they're still not done.
Nope. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? Dustin Gordon out there also mentioned that he said he forgot to click off his tires. So you're going to remember to do that in your pit stop procedure as well too, Wesley. Yeah, so that you don't take tires. So his pit stop would be quicker.
There you go.
He just came down before that.
Somebody said that Shane drives with his feet.
Yeah.
Shane Scott drives with his feet. He doesn't drive with the steering wheel.
We've seen him in the camera. He's got his hands in the steering wheel.
Constantly.
Oh, then again, we don't know in this race. He could have driven with his feet in this race, for all we know.
I mean, yeah. He's got his feet up right now, not doing anything. So
spin from Joey.
Oh, there's Joey Helton. By the way, I love the Back the Blue. The police, obviously, concerns of police survivors.
Yeah.
C.O.P.S sponsoring the 2 hours of Mid-Ohio, and that's the backing the blue of the police force there with the American flag in black and blue and white. I love that.
That's going to cost him. It's a lovely livery. It's going to cost him that P5 position. He's battling out with Tyler Justice now. There's going to be quite a bit of work here with sub 10 minutes to go. All you got to do is keep putting the pressure on. Tyler Justice is in, so he might not have to worry necessarily about that. This is the other. Don't have enough to go to the end. Tyler should only be a quick splash and dash here. Shouldn't have to go up on the jacks and change the tires. That will release Joey Helton back
Scott
in.
said, "Shout out Stinker TV." Whatever Stinker TV is, I don't know what Stinker TV is. I guess I'm going back and checking all of the comments. Man, we had a lot of comments here today.
Yep,
I'm loving it. Thank you guys.
Let's have a look at the pit laps of these drivers.
We might just need to do these races on delay instead of live anymore. Dean, we'll have more numbers that way, more interaction in the chat box. 9 minutes to go, under 9 remaining.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Monza, March the 31st. And Dean, that is one of those tracks that I have had circled on the new season for the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series, round 6. Halfway, 1/3 of the way through the season. I can't believe I'm seeing it. Round 6 at Monza, March 31st.
That's the next race, so make sure you pencil that one on your calendar. Interesting, too. Tyler comes into pit road. I'm just wondering, look at the last time that they went down to pit road. Lap 54 for Shane Scott. Lap 56 for Devin Painter and MDW, as well as Joey. And lap 53 for Isaac Bevan. So I'd say Isaac Bevan and Shane Scott are going to be right on the threshold here. Maybe even the others.
Midnight. It is technically Friday. We're ready to take you to the finish.
Welcome to
Here
Friday.
in Mid-Ohio, baby. It's on.
You're listening to the CRN Community Radio Network. We now pause for station identification. This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Connor, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
If you are on the East Coast, U.S. Eastern Daylight Time like I am, it is midnight. It is March the 20th on a Friday. And we welcome you to coverage as we move into the final minutes of the NASRA Prosper Engineering Endurance Series. This is round number 5 of the season. 7 minutes remaining. This is the concerns of police survivors. 2 hours at Mid-Ohio. And we are into the home stretch. Bigglestein hopped it on production. I'm Wesley Outland. This race was scheduled for live on Tuesday. However, due to personal things, we were not able to do it on live. This is the delayed race, and we are ready to see the outcome. And I hate to say it, Dean, it looks like another MDW show and a win 5 in a row for this man. An open hand of victories for the man from West Virginia.
Yep, if he keeps his off tracks into check and has enough gas to go to the end, should be fine. He's only got a 30-second gap to Shane Scott, but Shane Scott did come in a couple of laps earlier, so I don't imagine Shane Scott has the fuel. Isaac Bevan's in. So that was lap 53 was the last time he came down. Shane Scott came down that one lap later and then 2 laps later for the other drivers. This is going to be close. You're thinking about a lap time's about 1:23 here at the moment. So do they have enough to go to the end? We know that Isaac Bevan isn't. This will be a short pit stop there. He should be able to clear Joey Helton in P5 and just come back out there, remain P4. So that's fine for him. Remember, short pit stops now too, Wes. Don't need boots at all.
Joey Helton says the memorial livery for Deputy Francisco Flates, who passed away last summer from Cherokee County, North Carolina. Joey, I think I kind of remember that story. I think talking about the
Shane Scott's in?
Trooper.
Sorry. All right.
So, yeah, here we go. Shane Scott is in. Great Scott.
Well, this is
so, Dean, here it is, man.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Remember, that we don't even know, but we literally said, okay, if we think about pit stops, we think about the times pitted, who did.
Yep.
Who's going to go the distance? And we said who's going to come down pit road with probably under 10 minutes remaining. Look at this. We're seeing guys pit on lap number 80, lap number 81. Can MDW go the distance? That's the question. Is he hanging back now? Last time he pitted was lap 56.
Yeah.
He's on lap number 82 this time by at the line, and there is under 5 minutes remaining.
But he's got a pit stop in the window anyway, so he can. He's got a 51-second gap at the moment to Shane Scott. So if he needs it, he can come in and still resume that P1 position. That should not be a problem. Penny doesn't make any mistakes.
That might be a strategy, right? I wouldn't make that mistake. You're exactly right. He's coming down, start, finish. I would maybe think next time by, do the right thing, come down pit road.
But P3's up for grabs here.
Just off track.
I think Devin Painter has to come down. Isaac Bevan could get that final position here. Isaac Bevan's only 33 seconds behind him. That's going to be a tight pit stop there. If Devin Painter has to come in, he's got to make that absolutely perfect if he wants to hold on to that P3. Not going to be able to do anything about Shane Scott. Now, P's already made his pit stop there, but Shane Scott doesn't have enough to cover off MDW's pit stop. There's 52 seconds, as you said, the gap between them. With just shy of 4 minutes. There's a couple of laps up their sleeve. I just don't think that Painter and MD can go the whole way.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, right? What we're talking about is MDW right now. There he is. I would be honest with you, Dean. I wouldn't be greedy. You're in the lead. You're comfortably up in front. You're working your way now back down the backstretch, heading through the madness S's, if you will. You're coming now back to the keyhole. Make your way to pit road. Come to pit road. MDW, I know this was from Tuesday, but I'm willing you. Go ahead and come down pit road. I wouldn't risk it for the biscuit, if you will.
He passed it again.
Right, and he bypasses it again. And you know what? He might be okay on fuel. There might be, I'm just kind of thinking, all right, you pitted at lap 56. All these other guys pitted around 56, 53, 61, and they're coming down pit road, Dean. So how much do you stretch it? And another guy that I think about is Devin Painter, right? Where's Devin at? Let's give him some love.
Yep.
He's in third right now.
Yeah.
Devin Painter, last time he pitted, lap 56.
Yep. He's the one that I think could potentially lose a podium here to Isaac Bevan if he has to come down. MDW, as I said, is not going to lose anything. As you know, he's got enough of a gap to cover it off there. But Painter here is going to be running on vapors. And he knows it too. His engineer will let him know that Isaac Bevan is 32 seconds behind him. So don't think it's enough to clear.
Coming to the line. 2 minute warning. 2 minutes remaining. He's on the start-finish line now.
Yeah, he didn't come in.
And he's not showing any signs of stopping either. So the clock expires, and when it does, the next lap will end the race. When the leader comes to the line, he's got to take the white flag. that Darren's Detail and Shine one to go for NASRA. But when he does, it'll be one lap remaining when that clock expires. Wherever he is on the racetrack, Dean, he'll cross the line and get the white flag. And right now, MDW has comfortably a 54-second lead over Shane Scott. 1 minute and 2 seconds, 3 seconds over Devin Painter. There are 3 cars on the lead lap. Isaac Bevan in 4th on back is a lap down or more.
What's interesting now too, Wesley, is I had that my second here for MDW. His last lap was pretty quick. There was a 22.8, so he's no slouch of slowing down. There's no fuel saving whatsoever in MDW's car at the moment, mate.
Stopping. He is not showing any signs of coming to a stop anywhere. He's loving what he's seeing. So let's pick up where the leader is. He's on the back stretch coming through the S's, what they call madness, working his way now through the final couple of corners. Heading back through the carousel now. The clock is down to 20 seconds. I got a feeling this time by, Dean, they're going to come to the white flag. There it is.
No, not yet.
No.
One more.
No, my God, he didn't do it. Wow, they got to wait for the clock to expire. My apologies.
Yeah.
And the clock expires in now 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now we're 2 hours. So next time around, for the leader, we'll get the one to go.
And Devin Painter had also, it's whether or not he can make this last as well, too. Once again, he's got to be running on vapors. Is he slow? Oh, no, looked that slow for a second.
And what a job by Devin Painter, right? He hasn't pitted since lap 56.
Yeah.
Just like the leader, MDW. And how about Shane Scott, Dean? He was in second. As he's got, Tyler
Devin Painter's going slow. Devin Painter's going slow.
Devin Painter is off the pace, boy.
Yeah, he's coasting.
He is either burping the throttle or he is coasting, saving as much as he can.
Well, he has a 26-second leader to Bevan, right? So he's just got to lift and coast and bring this one home at the moment. Devin's down to 25 seconds. Joey Helton's gone. Yep.
Wow. Let's pick up the leader. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, working through the final corner. He's at the carousel. This time by. He's not stopping. He's flashing his lights. One to go. Final.
No, that's it.
Checker flag.
That's checker
this
flag.
Is it.
Yep,
he's got over. This race is over. And MDW has won 5 in a row. Somebody put this man on pit road, start him 5 laps down, put weights on the front of his car.
Yep, and because they crossed the line there earlier in different parts there, Bevan manages to lock in that P4, so Painter's safe.
Like if he can bring it home. When I told you MDW crossed the line, even though there was 10 seconds remaining, they took the white flag.
Yep.
By the way, the white flag presented by Darren's Detail and Shine. And this race is over.
Shane Scott's is going to bring it home now. Yep, I think Devin Painter's really running out of fuel too. We'll see once Shane Scott crosses the line here now on that P2. He's going slow. Although he's got fuel, so it shouldn't be, unless he's short fueled, but he's fine. So he gets that P2. What about Painter? Yeah, he's crawling here.
Yeah, Shane Scott, I'm seeing some of the comments by Shane Scott, and obviously we think about our concerns of police survivors, cops as well. Josh was sus, a cop in Kansas, and he said, and I quote, "It's been a rough couple of months in Kansas. We unfortunately lost 5 officers over the last 4 months. So, man, prayers for the families and all the officers and for what they do, protecting and serving." Shane Scott said, "I had a 25-second lead going into the pits. I was sweating bullets, hoping I came out before Painter came around." Well, you did. And for the 5th race in a row, Dean, look these statistics up. You know I'm a stat man.
Yep.
I don't think there's any series that I could think of where we have seen a driver literally 1-2 like Wood and Scott in 5 consecutive races in a row. I'm in all of the iRacing I do, and much less real racing for that matter, I can't think of 5 consecutive weeks where you've seen a driver be 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
Domination.
Oh, and by the way, again, 1-2, 1-2.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Well, there you go.
Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course at the end of the 2.22 miles, 86 laps in total, 191.22 miles in distance. Green flag, obviously 2 lead changes amongst 3 different drivers. Obviously, Matthew David Wood, a hard charger with 12 positions. Most laps led by MDW, 60 of the 86 laps. Matthew David Wood again, the fastest lap, 122.257, and Isaac Bevan was your pole award winner. Results from Mid-Ohio, and Dean and I will wrap it up. It's been a long day, and we're ready to call it a night. Matthew David Wood will pick up the victory over Shane Scott. Devin Painter third. What a good solid run for those guys. They're 1, 2, and 3 in the points. 1, 2, and 3 at Mid-Ohio. Isaac Bevan will finish 4th. Joey Helton in the top 5 finish. Tyler Justice will come back and be on the lead lap to finish 6th. Jake Austin Barwick 7th, 2 laps down. Everyone else 2 laps down, multiple laps or more out, including Adam Newton, Dalton Shear, Dustin Gordon, the top 10, 3 laps down. Rest of the rundown includes J.D. Larson, Joshua Suss, Colton Gordon, Tyler Brokaw, and Luke Smith. Kermit the Frog hurt the most, 19 laps down at the end of this race. Well, Dean, man, let's not. Your final take of Mid-Ohio, man, and what another great story ending. I will say this, though, in closing. I'm getting tired of seeing MDW win these races. Something's got to be done.
Well, it was a great call. Great strategy towards the end there, too. MDW, I was surprised that he had enough just to bring it home. And he wasn't slouching on those laps as well, too. He still finished that last lap on a 122 as well, too, whereas Devin Painter did a 149 on that last lap, but still managed to squeeze in that P3 position. Big brain move there for the number 99, Shane Scott. Solid P2 there, as you said. Just dropped off the pace a little bit, couldn't quite bring it to MDW towards the end, but hey, silver's still silver.
And by the way, for Matthew David Wood, career start number 179 for NASRA. That's for all of the NASRA sanctioned bodies since 2020. This is his 52nd career win. He is the all-time winner of NASRA. If you count all of the victories, he's got 52 to Keith Bradley's 49, Colin Weatherholt with 46, Ryan Johnson with 45, and in the top 5 is Rhett Tucker with 34, tied with Jeff Merck in career wins. So the all-time winner is MDW, 102 top 5s, 136 top 10s. In closing, Dean, MDW, whether Cup, whether Xfinity, trucks, ARCA, you name it, this guy is consistent. He's doing the same thing now in the Prosper Engineering NASRA Endurance Series. And what will we see in 2 weeks on March 31st when they go to Monza?
Very interesting. Different track as well, too. Let's see how that's going to sort out there for the BMW as well, or whether or not he elects to change his track. They were getting information out of Shane Scott that said that they're trying to get a picture of all the 3 cars there, of course. They're just waiting for Devin Painter to come because he's had literally running out of gas trying to join up with the rest of this for the photo finish.
Out of fuel.
Yeah.
He probably is out of fuel. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for our delayed broadcast coverage from Tuesday night's 2 hours of Mid-Ohio Sports Car presented by Concerns of Police Survivors. And here comes Devin Painter.
Hey,
Get in reverse. You made it. A little putting around the track, but he did make it for the podium picture. And what a way to sign off for the end of the day. Don't forget, next race will be tomorrow night, or actually tonight. Trucks, C.O.P.S playoffs trucks. It will be at Martinsville. Yes, don't forget about the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And the lid lifter for Season 7, it is the IndyCar Clash at Indy for the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series Indy Cars, of course, on Monday. And, of course, we're back with the NASRA, Prosper Engineering Endurance Series, and that will be at March 31st at Monza. Don't forget about the NASRA Cup Series semifinal playoffs on Wednesday night as well with Dean and myself and Justin White on the call. Richmond Raceway. So a lot of great things going on in the world of NASRA. If you'd like to know more, go to North American Sim Racing Association.com. Since 2020, the leader of iRacing virtual excitement. For everybody at NASRA, including Brady LaBeouf, Cody Knott, thanks for letting us be ourselves. For the man, the producer, the color guy, Bigglestein Hopton. Thank you to Joshua Suss of the NASRA Endurance Series. We'll see you at Monza. I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations. MDW does it again. 5 wins on the season.